Hello students, welcome you all to Manula classes. This is Ratnakar sir, your reasoning and quants mentor. In today's class, we are going to discuss the most commonly asked questions among all the students. That is, sir, what to study and what we can leave for the logical reasoning section in CLAT. Okay, so in a broader sense, we should not leave anything. But if you want that, sir, what should be the 5 or 10 most important topics that we should cover, that we should first focus on for our CLAT and other law entrance preparation, then this is the right video for you. Okay, so stay tuned and we will discuss today that what are the 5 most important topics, or you can say 10 most important topics which are important for your CLAT and other law entrance examinations. Okay, so this is Ratnakar sir, your mentor for quantitative techniques and logical reasoning. So let us start today's discussion, and before starting today's class I would like to mention that the CLAT application process has been started and you can apply from 1st January onwards. You can apply from 1st January onwards. The exam is scheduled to be held on 8th May 2022 from 3 p.m. and this examination portal, will be open from 1st January to 31st March 2022. Okay, so you can start applying and you can start preparing for your CLAT entrance examination. Okay, and we would like to stress that our admissions are now open for a 1 year or a 2 years complete CLAT course, where we actually train you, we actually guide you to prepare in a more comprehensive and in a more coherent manner for your upcoming examination. As you have seen, the exam pattern is changing very dynamically for the past, you can say 4 to 5 years, and therefore you should be better prepared and better skilled than your competitors. Okay, so you can join us, you can call us at this number at 9971444054, or you can visit our website www.lawentranceindia.com. So let us start today's discussion about that what are the top 5 important topics of logical reasoning and how to ace them. Okay, now see, first thing what we have to understand that logical reasoning in this section, in this exam, is basically divided into 2 parts. Okay, is basically divided into 2 parts. The first part, which was easy and most analytical and that does not create so much problem, is the analytical reasoning. What does analytical reasoning means? It is basically a test of your speed, a test that how fast your mind works with pen and paper. Okay, and the second part is called critical reasoning. In critical reasoning, the main idea or the main theme is to catch your comprehending skills, that how good you can infer a statement or an assumption or some other type of assumption like course of action or inferences. So for example, if we see the chapters, in analytical reasoning, the chapters are, say, blood relation. Blood relation means A is father of B, B is sister of C, D is mother of B and B is mother of B. Then how is A related to B? Or there may be a pointing type question, or there may be a coded blood relation type question. Okay, so these type of questions that are asked in blood relations. And for example, direction and distance test. Okay, that means some point A is to the south of B, or some point C is to the north of B, or point C is 20 meters north of D. These type of questions are usually asked in direction and distance. The third is coding decoding. Okay, coding decoding type of questions means suppose a particular word or a combination of word will be given to you and a certain code or certain letter will be assigned to it. Say for example, they are saying that ABE is a letter, AB is a word, the code for this is 10. Then what will be the code for CDF? Okay, so this type of question they can ask. Okay, in coding decoding, and there may be also symbols, there may be also letters which are used for coding decoding part also. Next are puzzles and sitting arrangement. Okay, now this is the most analytical part of this. This is basically the essence of this analytical reasoning, this particular section, puzzles and sitting arrangement. Now in CLAT and in majorly CLAT exams, we do not see so much puzzle and sitting arrangement questions. But if you see overall IELTS exams or the law or the entrance exam for Symbiosis University, you will see that some type of questions of puzzles and sitting arrangement base they usually ask in every year. Okay, so that is also that also constitutes an important part for your law entrance reasoning section. Okay, and the last part is order and ranking. What does order and ranking question means? It is also a type of, you can say, arrangement, not exactly sitting arrangement, but the arrangement between some ages, or the arrangement in a line, or the arrangement on a bench, you can say. Okay, or the, you can say, the arrangement of a different height of person, say 6 or 7 people are given with different heights. Okay, and you have to arrange them in a order to answer the questions. So these type of questions, these type of chapters constitutes your overall analytical reasoning part. Okay, you can see that here this is basically analytical reasoning. Basically is a test of your speed, isn't it? Of your speed, that how fast, how quickly you can do the calculations on pen and paper mode. Okay, whereas in critical reasoning part, what are the chapters look like in critical reasoning part? In critical reasoning part, the chapters look like statement and assumptions. So what usually will be given is, you will be given a statement and you will be given a set of 4 to 5 assumptions, and you have to decide that which particular assumptions follow from that statement and which don't follow. Also, it also consists of arguments. Arguments means that which argument is more inferred, or which argument is a strong argument, or which argument is a weak argument by reading that statement. Now in CLAT, what they will do, if you see CLAT paper of 2020 and 2021, you will see that basically the reasoning part, the logical reasoning part, consists more or less, you can say almost 90% passages. Okay, so there was a passage that may be an extract from a newspaper or an editorial. Okay, and then a set of 4 to 5 questions are then asked from that. Okay, and the questions were like that: what is the main idea behind the passage, what can be inferred, what can be concluded by this statement of this passage, and so on. Okay, so this type of questions actually test your comprehending skills. Okay, so if you see CLAT 2020 paper, we'll discuss that in detail also. If you see CLAT 2020 paper, then I think there are almost 2 to 3 questions from analytical reasoning part, isn't it? I think one question was from blood relation and one question was from coding decoding, and one more question was there which you can say mathematical reasoning, or that you can also plot, or that you can also connect with the quantitative techniques part. So in analytical reasoning part, there were not more than 3 questions. Okay, in CLAT 2021 paper, if you see the paper, there were 0 questions from analytical reasoning part. Okay, so one question arises that, sir, then why should we study the analytical reasoning? Should we not only focus on critical reasoning part, because that is more important for CLAT, isn't it? Now see what actually happens, that when you start your preparation, say around when you are in class 11, or you are in the beginning, you have just promoted to class 12, and you are thinking that you should prepare for CLAT exam. Okay, then what happens, you actually focus on one exam. Okay, you actually focus for CLAT only, or maybe any other college or any other exam that you are interested in. But as time passes and as your preparation gets actually winding up, becoming pen and paper, becoming concrete, then what happens, that you start realizing that I should actually focus for more than one exam. Okay, I should not only focus for CLAT, I should focus for more than I should also focus for IELTS exam, I should also focus from Symbiosis exam, even BBLAT exam. Okay, so that is a genuine possibility, that you should be prepared to hold. Okay, because as you prepare, your main goal is to get admitted in a good college, isn't it? So why you should leave these opportunities? So what we should do, that we should practice the analytical part as well as the critical part. Now for the critical part, the other chapters we would like to discuss, and then we will discuss about the concrete strategy, that how to use this critical part and analytical part in detail. Okay, so the other topic that we would like to discuss is the statement and conclusion, or you can say inference based question. In this type of question, the same pattern will be given. Either a 3 to 4 line passage will be given, not exactly passage, a 3 to 4 line statement will be given, and they will give 4 to 5 set of conclusions or inference, and they will directly ask that which of the inferences or conclusions can be drawn from the given statements. Okay, now this may be a question, or what they can give a passage maybe of 150 to 200 words, and then they can ask that by reading the above passage, can you conclude these statements, or which of the statements can be concluded or inferred from the above passage. Okay, so if you see 2021 paper, there are I think 4 to 5 questions of this type. Okay, so this also constitutes a very important part. The third part is silogs. Okay, now I almost get what I should say, that in almost every batch, almost 80 to 90% students say that, sir, we don't understand silogs. Okay, we are very confused with the conclusions that we draw, or the answers that we draw in our paper that does not match with the answer given in the book or the text. Now actually the thing is, what comes into picture here is that you start, or the students start applying their basic known knowledge that they already know till now in drawing these conclusions. Okay, for example, let me give an example. Suppose in a statement, suppose in a Silog statement, there is given that the sun rises in the west. Okay, now we all know that sun rises in the east, but suppose in the statement it is given that the sun rises in the west, then the actual rule is that whatever given in the statement, that is always true. That is actually the rule. Whether it may match with your general known observation, it may not match with your general known observation, but the idea is that whatever given in the statement, you have to take it as an absolute truth, and then you have to draw your conclusions based on that truth. So suppose our statement is given that the sun rises in the west, and the conclusion they are asking that that by reading the above statement, what conclusions you can draw. Suppose two conclusions are given, that the sun usually rises from the east and the sun usually rises from the west. Then you should not take the sun usually rises from the east, because in the statement part, nowhere it is mentioned that the sun rises in the east. Yes, we do know that the sun rises in the east, but whatever given in the statement is absolute truth and complete in itself, that we have to consider, and then we have to draw the conclusions from it. So in the statement part, we are not seeing that anything it is written that the sun rises in the east. Okay, in fact it is clearly written that the sun rises in the west. So if the sun rises in the west, then it usually rises in the west, then the answer will be the sun usually rises in the west. Okay, and that we will practice and practice more and more in our classes. Okay, now the fourth topic that you should focus on is the statement and course of action, or you can say cause of effect. Okay, suppose a statement or a passage will be given, and they will ask that this should be the course of action. For example, if I take a very simple question, that suppose a statement is given that smoking is injurious to health. Okay, then there will be a following list of course of action that you should choose, or you should be opted to choose for. Okay, so suppose in the options are given that if smoking is injurious to health, then the government should ban smoking, say in option 1. In option 2, they are giving that they should be heavily taxed. Okay, in third course of action, there should be a complete ban. There should be a complete ban for all the tobacco and tobacco related products in the country, and so on. This type of course of action will be given, and you have to choose the most correct and suitable answer. Okay, now there's a technique. There's a technique to identify this type of questions. Okay, there's a technique to identify this type of questions and their answers. Usually they are very easy, but it will require some practice. It will require some practice, and the techniques and the methodology that we will discuss in the class will actually be very helpful to arrive the answer in a very you can say in a very less time. Okay, and next and not the least, the miscellaneous topics. Okay, the miscellaneous topics, CLAT. If you see CLAT 2015 paper and if you see CLAT 2020 and 21 paper, you will see a drastic change, isn't it? You will see a drastic change in the series of questions, all the type of questions they are asking. Okay, so we should always be open-minded. We should not think that only from these chapters these questions are going to come. Yes, one or two questions may come from outside the box also. Okay, maybe the topics which are not directly mentioned in your curriculum, the question may come from that also, but you don't have to panic. Okay, this question has not alone come in your paper, it has come in everyone's paper, isn't it? If you don't know this, then everyone naturally don't know this, and so there's nothing to panic. Okay, and we will discuss about that in that type of circumstances what you should do. Okay, now we should come to the critical reasoning part. Okay, now see, to ace this part, the most important thing that you should do first is to read editorials. Okay, usually we should usually all the mentors including me suggest you should go for Hindu or the Hindu newspaper. Okay, or if Hindu doesn't seem so much comfortable to you, then start from Times of India or Indian Express, but develop a habit of reading newspapers. Okay, ये न्यूज़पेपर्स रीड करने का हैबिट धीरे धीरे हमें डेवलप करना होगा. ओके, देखो जो लोग प्रिपरेशन स्टार्ट कर दिए हैं, द पर्सन हु हैव ऑलरेडी स्टार्टेड देयर प्रिपरेशन or who are in the first year of their preparation, means just they have just completed class 11, they have just jumped into class 12 and they are now started preparing for CLAT. Okay, so for those I will very honestly say that you should develop a habit of reading the editorials, not the whole newspaper, at least the editorials. Okay, if you can't afford, then you can go for e-subscription and you can spend half an hour or say 20 minutes 25 minutes for this reading part, because see, reading editorials will actually help you to judge or infer a statement or an assumption type of question. Okay, the only thing you can do to improve your skills is to read a lot of information. Okay, only then you will be able to get that yes, these are the concluding statements and these are not. Okay, now what people usually do, what students usually do, they don't read newspapers. Okay, this is all in pen and paper talk. Okay, sir is saying, so what? Okay, why should we read newspapers? Okay, yes, that actually happens. It is very actually at particularly this age to maintain that type of timetable that we should do newspapers, we should read newspapers every day. So what you should at least do, you should at least make a day. Okay, you should at least allot a day to yourself, say a Sunday or a Saturday, or you can allot a day in the weekdays also whenever you are free, that okay, today is the day where I will spend 2 to 3 hours in newspaper. Okay, and you should study the newspaper, especially the editorial part. Only the editorial part will do. Okay, then if you are interested you can go for the other part, but editorial part, study it very slowly and try to understand the meaning that what is written in that passage on particular editorial. Okay, now that actually will help you in many ways. Okay, see, if you see the CLAT 2021 paper, you will see that there are so many comprehension questions. Okay, there are so many passage based questions, isn't it? I am talking about English section and your legal aptitude section. Okay, so in English section and legal aptitude section also there are passages. Okay, so passages reading you cannot avoid actually. Okay, not only for reasoning part, you should have a good command of vocabulary and your understanding skills to score well in English and LR part, in legal aptitude part also. Okay, so reading comprehension is actually does not only helps you in reasoning, it also helps you in your LR, in your legal section as well as English section. So if you see the paper, you will see there are so many passages, and in whatever time you are given, it will actually be very difficult if you start reading and understanding those passages and you don't have a beforehand experience of reading those passages and understanding them. Okay, so that becomes absolutely imperative that I should say that you should develop a habit of reading newspapers. Okay, you should develop a habit of reading journals, and you should read it first slowly and try to grasp the inner meaning or the entire meaning of that particular topic. Okay, that will actually very helpful. And then after 2 or 3 months or 4 months, what you should do, you should come to the questions. You should come to the questions, practice, practice and practice more and more questions on these type of topics. Okay, in I think all these passage based questions you will get very easily available on our website and on our, you can say, books which are available in the market. Okay, and then you have to practice them till your exam. Okay, so that actually will be very helpful. That actually be very helpful. Now if you want to refer a book, there are many books you can refer in the market, especially the book of M.K. Pandey, or you can say the book of Eastern Publication. That also is a good book. You can refer any book of Arihant Publications, say Sizwali and Sizwali. That also is a good book, but they are very bulky books and they are actually written for bank PO and SSC orientation, so I don't think that referring them will be a very good thing. In that case, what you could do, you can just refer to our book, Manu Law Classes Reasoning book. If you want, you can get it from our website, or you can call us, we'll guide you. And you can refer the book for legal aptitude and the English also. What you should do, you should be able to read 200 or 250 words passage in a matter of 5 to 6 minutes. And not only read, you must actually be able to underline those important part, or underline the basic essence, that underline that basic important lines from where the questions can actually be asked. Okay, so this completes our today's class. This is all for our today's class. Okay, we'll definitely come to you with some more important sessions like this, and thank you so much.